Good morning. Dr. Gary here. Dr. Gary on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. So today's topic is going to be the seller that just about gave away the farm. You're not going to believe this one. This just happened less than 24 hours ago. I mean, this selling of dental practices is a dynamic business. It's constantly changing. There's always something new, some things you won't believe, and you can't even write articles about things. Things change so fast sometimes. So let's get into this here, what happened. But before we do that, we are Dental Practice Brokers, Healthcare Practice Sales LLC. We're now nationwide, and we are now in 25 states. We just opened up California area, working with some real estate brokers out there. But anyway, we have it's 10 employees now, and we're available to you 363 days a year from 7:30 a.m. in the morning East Coast to 9:30 p.m. Just call us. We're happy to talk to you. Information you're about to hear is all for entertainment purposes. It is not business or legal advice. Our phone number is 201-663-0935. 201-663-0935. So call us. If you're a large practice and you want to sell to a DSO, remember, with DSOs, we don't charge a commission. They pay our commission. Under the vast majority of times, they always pay our commission. And certain times, under certain situations and criteria, we could get your legal fees reimbursed at successful closing. So we could talk to you about this. Give us a call about that. Anyway, so what happened this time? This just happened like 24 hours ago. I can't believe this guy. So we had been talking about selling his practice, doing about $1 million, going back and forth for a few months, met him, talked to him, and so forth. So now the heat is going up in his region. I'm getting a lot of buyers. I said, look, we got to get this thing rolling. Let me start bringing buyers in. Please sign my contract. Let's make this thing move forward. Let's make this thing happen, okay? So we've been talking back and forth for like 2-3 months. We're talking. I called him yesterday and said, well, he says, practice is off the market. Let me tell you what I did. He said, one of my buddies took over my practice and he's renting it out. And I'm going to sell him my records in a few months. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean he's renting and eventually you'll sell your practice? You mean he's seeing your patients now? I can't believe. He said, well, I go in once or twice, but really he's seeing everybody taking over everything. I said, well, did you sign a contract? What are you going to get? Why would you walk away? Now, you could have sold your practice at the East Coast, 65 to 74%, or if it's to the DSOs, significantly higher, or if you're on the West Coast, they're up in the 85 percentile. I mean, why would you just give him your practice? He said, oh, no, he's going to pay me for it. I said, pay what? He said, well, he's going to pay me like a record sale. I said, you have no contracts. He's working in your space. He's renting space from you to test things out. You're letting him see your patients. You have no contract. And you think in a few months, he's going to give you the amount of money for a chart sale or record sale, which is like, 25, 30 cents on the dollar, or sometimes only 20 cents on the dollar. He's just going to give that to you? I don't understand that. He says, yeah, he's a friend of mine, so we're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. I said, what do you mean you're going to work it out? You don't have an agreement. You don't have a contract. He's renting space from you. He's seeing your patients. You have nothing on paper. And he says, yeah, don't worry about it because we're friends. We are going to work it out. He's going to be a record sale. I'm like, wait a minute. Your practice is almost grossing $1 million. You could have gotten maybe $750,000 for it. And now, under the circumstances, you're going to wind up with what? $250,000? I mean, you're going to walk away from $500,000. I don't get it. And he says, it's okay. Gary, don't worry about it. It's okay. Everything's okay. I said, well, I mean, I don't know too many people that will walk away from $500,000 and say it's okay. And he responds, well, with me, it's okay. I just can't believe this. I mean, I can't believe some of the things this seller will do. He says, well, I was under stress. I didn't want to go through that whole sales thing and all that. Well, I tried to tell him, you just can't wing it. You know, if there's a problem in the future, you have to go, and there's a lawsuit, you have to go before a judge. You have no contract. So the judge is going to make a decision on what is fair and equitable for everything. Do you want that to happen? He responds, well, he's a friend of mine. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, there's no problem until you encounter a problem or a lawsuit and you didn't have a legal document. A legal document prepared by a qualified dental attorney at least outlines some of the potential pitfalls and problems could happen, and it addresses those issues the best they can. That's why a contract is 19, 20 pages long. That's why a DSO contract is 50 pages long. They try to anticipate some issues that could come up, and you're not worried about it. It just drives me crazy. Please utilize your dental attorneys. Please, they're out there for your best interest. They charge a fair amount, just as you as a dentist charges a fair amount. They're delivering a service that will pay for itself many times over if you run into trouble. And in negotiations, they can help you do something, create a deal that's fair and equitable. That's it. Call me on this one if you have questions, but be careful out there. I can't believe this one. I just can't believe this.